Hey guys, so I just got back from seeing two new movies. Catching up on some of the movies I missed this past week. I had to work this weekend. So first being I.S.S. This was out of the movies that came out this weekend. This was actually the only one I really was looking forward to. Because I thought the trailers looked really good for this. I was like, I'm always a big fan of like thrillers or horror movies set in space. Because, well, I mean, there's nothing more terrifying than shit going badly in space. Because if that happens, you're really fucked. There's no other way to put it. You're like, if you're in space and something bad happens, you're fucked. And there's almost no way out of this situation. So like that's why I like stuff like Alien, numerous stuff like that. I'm a big fan of. And it had a pretty good concept. I thought this concept was pretty cool. And yeah, kind of a little bit timely, but like yeah, all right. And man, I have never been kind of so let down by a movie in a while. This is definitely one of the first big disappointments of the year. This movie wasn't bad, but it was just okay and not very generic and nothing more and nothing less. And that really made it kind of disappointing for me. Um, I will say like it's really well made and it's from a director that I've seen do good stuff before. They had there was a girl that the girl that made the director who made the documentary Blackfish, which was pretty fucking good and like horrifying to watch for anybody that ever was a big fan of SeaWorld. And Megan Levy, which is a movie nobody saw, but I thought I was a big fan of. And so you got a really good director, and it's really well made. It's really well shot. I love the fact it's like takes place in zero gravity, like it should, because it's taking place on an international space station, which they utilize. I mean, that's their whole life, and I like that, like, because main character in the movie, I forget her name is, that the girl that played Anita in the remake of West Side Story is the main girl who is this astronaut that, or the scientist that is now for the first time ever going on to the International Space Station, where she researches. She's trying to construct organs by using like lab mice or some shit like that. And I thought the shit with the mice was kind of almost horrifying watching with this poor fucking mice. They're floating and they're freaking the fuck out. These poor mice are freaking the fuck out because they're floating in the air because of zero gravity. And like it's not going well with those poor mice, which I could tell that was like an allegory for what was happening on the ship at the same time. I got it. I was like, yeah, I see what they're doing with the mice. It's supposed to kind of like, hey, what's happened with the mice is what happened with the astronauts and the scientists on the spaceship or on the ISS. I get it. She is like the main character of the movie, but my main problem with the movie is that really none of these characters are really three dimensional characters at all, and I think that's why couldn't get into the movie as much. It's not as interesting, and I really don't care for. This movie's like only an hour and a half, and I'm like, maybe could fleshed it out a little bit more. I mean, they give you some time, like with these characters a little bit, but not. I felt like not enough, like to get really much. Uh, Make these characters three dimensional. I mean, it's well acted, and there is some pretty tense moments, like the scene where the guy's going to fix the antenna, which at that point World War III is breaking down on Earth, and both sides are getting their orders. And he's told by one of the Russian uh, scientists go fix an antenna, and so you don't know where to trust this guy. And spoiler alert, it wasn't a good idea to trust him in the first place. But they established enough that like these are people that have been on the ship for long enough that they are kind of like brothers and sisters, and they kind of trust each other. They have to because they live in these close quarters with each other. Um, and I find that when he's doing a spacewalk, trying to climb. That was pretty fucking tense to watch. Like you're like I'm interested where this fuck is going. It also didn't help with this movie that the movie ends on a cliffhanger, and it ends on a cliffhanger where the most interesting part of the movie was about to fucking happen, and then it cuts to black, and I'm like, what the hell? I know what they're doing. I knew what they were doing, and I get what they're doing. It's supposed to be open for interpretation, but I'm like, man, I could have used maybe 20 more minutes of this fucking movie to see what the fuck was about to happen. Is it didn't look very good for anybody involved. I was that kind of bothered me. Like it's like, God damn it, like it's like, damn it, like when something finally interesting really fucking is about to happen, you decide to end the movie. That kind of pisses me off. um, I mean, it's not terrible. It's not. It's just okay. I would honestly give this probably a C. Yeah, like because it is well made and it is really well, beautifully shot. I love some of the sequences. I love the uses of zero gravity in the movie. I thought that was pretty cool. Very rarely see movies on space stations that actually just take place using zero gravity the whole time. That was pretty cool. So it was really cool to watch. So I that aspect I liked, but other than that, it was kind of a disappointment, man, for me. Like I said, C. Um, that's as far as that goes. I have one more to review. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.